Hi. Before I begin today's session, I just want to let you know anytime I talk about these type of weird movies, it's never out of hate, but mostly because I find them interesting to discuss. It's just me sharing what I think and what type of experiences I had, not any reflection on good or bad. Please keep that in mind before you hear today's questions and what we're discussing today. Okay, thank you. I want to ask you all a weird question for your day today. Now, Netflix has been putting out a lot of weird adaptions of various different media lately. So, what would you say would be your weirdest one that you know of? Mine would be the 2017 Godzilla Trilogy. Oh, this is also an animated Godzilla film. I think this might be the first time I ever talked about a foreign animated film. I admit I don't normally talk about these type of movies, not because they're bad, but mostly because I don't really know how to describe them. And while I do enjoy a lot of the ones my friends show me, I wouldn't really call them my bread and butter. So while they're enjoyable, I wouldn't really know how to describe them normally. I'd say they're enjoyable to the point where I can get invested in them, but it's mostly because I want to be as respectful as humanly possible when describing these sort of media and details from other countries, especially when I have to apply it to any form of animation. Though, this might be a special case where I could describe it. Now, everybody knows the premises of a basic Godzilla movie. Giant monster shows up and beat each other up, and it's always in Tokyo for some reason. I'm just kidding, I know why it's in Tokyo. However, this setting for this trilogy is pretty bizarre. Its premises go something like this. Towards the end of the 20th century, Godzilla and a legion of monsters emerged and drove humanity off the face of the earth after a 50-year war. Humanity is not extinct, but they colonize another planet. Heh, this is unusual so far. Well, in this specific case, colonize is a bit of a strong word. The new planet that humanity was hoping to settle on turned out to be uninhabitable, and a faction within humanity wants to return to Earth and take out Godzilla. The leader of this group winds up taking political control and goes on a mission to return to Earth and slay Godzilla. Okay, sounds good so far, right? Unfortunately, by the time they wind up on Earth, it's 20,000 years later, and Earth has been overrun by monsters, and Godzilla reigns supreme over the planet. Yeah, this is going to be one heck of an uphill battle. To make a long story short, it turns into the story of Captain Ahab and the White Whale, except it's the commander and Godzilla. Yeah, I think we should be real for a moment. I don't think there's a way of winning this thing. Maybe contact some Plutonians to terraform the other planet you're having a hard time settling on, but Godzilla owning the thing? Even without the convoluted stuff that happens later in this plot, he's already won. Also, there's not a lot of fights for a setting like this, which is kinda weird when you think about it. So many monsters, but only Godzilla's ruling the place and he owns the place, so why aren't there any more fights? They're also really short fights, too. Oh well. Anyway, please be safe out there and have a wonderful rest of your day, okay? Bye!